Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest event in Tayninh province. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoons of August 7, 2024, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang had a working session with Fishing Vessel Monitoring Data Center under the Ministries of Agriculture and Rural Development. At the meeting, he said that the fifth inspection by European Council is expected to take place in October this year.
At the meeting, after listening to reports from the Department of Fisheries, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, representatives of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, representatives of the Ministry of National Defense and relevant units on the situation of enforcement and compliance with the law by fishermen at sea, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang pointed out a number of existing problems, limitations, and needs to be addressed immediately in the coming time, in which the Deputy Prime Minister requested that the Department of Fisheries, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development coordinate with the Ministry of Information and Communications to have the most feasible measures regarding strengthening deterrence and handling violations of illegal exploitation and fishing. The Deputy Prime Minister requested units of the Ministry of Public Security, the Ministry of National Defense, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, and leaders of 28 coastal localities to coordinate closely with existing people, means, and equipment to do the best they can to overcome the yellow card in October 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, in July, the province export continued to record positive signal. The total export turnover reached over 550 million USD, an increase of 12.03% over the same period last year.
Agricultural products continue to grow steadily with an estimated export turnover of 15.96 million USD, up 94.61% compared to the previous month and up 79.66% over the same period, accounting for 2.90% of the total export turnover. Under some items such as consumers and rubber decreased slightly compared to the previous month. In general, the export turnover of agricultural, forestry and fishery products still increased by 79.66% over the same period last year. The processing industry continues to play an important role with an estimated export turnover of 513.26 million USD, reaching 96.12% compared to the previous month and increasing by 8.56% compared to the same period last year, accounting for 93.25% of the total export turnover. However, some items such as chemicals, iron and steel decreased compared to the previous month. In addition, other items had impressive growth, recording the highest growth rate, up to 119.7% compared to the same period last year.
It is expected that by December 2024, the Ninh province will have two more district-level disease-free zones in Tân Biên and Go Dầu district for avian influenza and Newcastle disease in chicken. This is a basic for Tayninh to become an ideal destination for livestock enterprises in general and agriculture in particular to seek new investment opportunity.
According to statistics from the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development of Tayninh province, the province currently has 116 poultry farms with a total herd of about 9 million heads, of which Tân Châu and Dung Châu districts have been certified as disease-free zones for avian influenza and Newcastle disease in chickens. 6 communes in Go Dầu district have been certified as disease-free facilities for avian influenza and Newcastle disease in chickens. 49 chicken farms have been granted disease-free certificates. Currently, Tayninh province has determined that the construction of facilities and animal disease-free zones is extremely important in implementing the livestock development strategy. Therefore, Taynin's agricultural sector will reorganize production status, promote the construction of disease-free livestock areas, encourage businesses to invest in building advanced technology livestock and poultry slaughterhouses, diversify consumption markets, and form many high-tech livestock and slaughter chains.
Turn to other news. On the morning of August 8, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, head of the State Steering Committee for Important National and Key Projects of Transport Sector, chaired the 13th meeting of the Steering Committee to inspect and urge the work after 12 meeting and discuss solutions, continue to remove difficulties and obstacles, and remove the progress of the project.
At the meeting, acknowledging, rising and appreciating the active participation, efforts and spirit of working with on the might of ministries, branches, localities, project management boards, enterprises, construction contractors, supervision consultants, especially the team of carriers, engineers, workers and laborers directly working at project sites. The Prime Minister said that there are a number of tasks being implemented that have not been completed, and it is necessary to continue to make efforts and strive to achieve the set goals. Welcome the party congresses at all levels towards the 14th National Party Congress, celebrates the 80th anniversary of the founding of the country and the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification. TayNinhTV Provincial Tourism Promotion and Information Center, TayNinhTV Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism officially put into operation the QR code application at tourist attractions in the province, serving the needs of tourists to provide information through social network resources. This is a form of tourism information aimed at implementing the strategy of applying science and technology and digitizing tourism data of TayNinhTV province into the promotion and advertising activities of the tourism industry. At tourist attractions in the province, QR code boards are installed for tourists to brightly scan with mobile devices to update and provide information about tourist attractions. When tourists scan the QR code immediately on their mobile devices, they will connect to the following infrastructures: Facebook, Zillow, YouTube, and website of Tourism Promotion and Information Center, TayNinhTV Tourism Map. In the coming time, the Provincial Tourism Promotion and Information Center will continue to deploy QR code scanning to all tourist areas, restaurants, hotels, and clubs in the province to facilitate tourists when traveling to TayNinhTV. On the morning of August 8, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang, head of the National Steering Committee Against Smuggling, Jayward and Counterfeit Goods, referred to as Steering Committee Re-8 chair an online conference to review the work in the first 6 months of 2024 and set out key directions and tasks in the coming time. Attending at TayNinhTV Bridge Points, there was Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, Vice Chairman of the Provincial Bills Committee, head of the Provincial Steering Committee Re-8. In the first segments, there were no hot spots in the purchase, sale, transportation of prohibited goods, smuggling, illegal transportation of goods, trade route, and counterfeit goods across borders. By the end of July, functional forces nationwide detected and handled 64,185 violations, down 2.82% compared to the same period. State budget revenue of over 6,066 billion Vietnam dong, down 7.53% compared to the same period. Reporting at the conference, Mr. Trần Văn Chiến said that the smuggling situation in TayNinhTV province is still quite complicated with many sophisticated methods and tricks. In the first segments, the functional forces of the province and the steering committee Re-8 of district, towns and city discovered and arrested 553 cases with 555 subjects. The value of the violated goods was about 16 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of re-arrest. The value of the goods increased by nearly 5 billion Vietnam dong.
Since the beginnings of the year, TayNinhTV province has granted business registration certificate to 416 new enterprises with a registered capital of 4,227 billion Vietnamese dong. As of the end of July, the province has 8,375 active enterprises with a total registered capital of over 205 trillion Vietnamese dong. In line with its policies of always supporting and creating favorable conditions for business development, the province has focused on addressing difficulties and timely implementing comprehensive support policies for enterprises. The province has focused on addressing difficulties and timely implementing comprehensive support policies for enterprises and assessing capital, investment procedure, land use, breeding development, market research, and trade and service development. Notably, the province has introduced several supportive policies, such as the investment encourage policy for agriculture and rural areas in TayNinh for the periods of 2020 to 2025, according to Decision Number 20, dated June 12, 2020, by the TayNinh People's Committee. Additionally, the legal support program for small and medium-sized enterprises in TayNinh province for the periods of 2020 to 2025. It aligned the decision to 1754 dated August 14, 2024 by the Provincial People's Committee. The province also strengthened investment promotion, selectively attract foreign investment projects, closely integrate with domestic enterprises, and participate more intensely in regional and global value chains. In order to make digital transformation a new driving force for tourism development, the province is progressively integrating the tourism information portal with a smart tourism digital map, developing tourism communication channels, and implementing chatbot system and tourism apps. The Tourism Information Portal provides an overview of the province's tourism potential, tourism investment project, and tourism information of the province. In addition, TayNinh radio and television station and related units have developed and refined the TayNinh Digital Tourism Map, available at http://dulch.ttv11.com.vn. This platform aims to promote and offer new experiences for tourists. By accessing the website, the tourists can directly select tourist attraction or specific location based on their reference, including options for cuisine, restaurant, hotel, shopping, entertainment services, taxi services, public restroom, bank, and post office. Ladies and gentlemen, in recent time, the work of supporting farmers to start a business such as vocational training support, loan capital, transfer of scientific and technological advances, brand building, product introduction to help farmers develop production and business has always been of interest to farmer association at a level, has achieved positive results. Among them, the model of molding and pouring pot of ornamental plant bonsai of the Farmers Association member in Javong Commune, TayNinh District.
The model of molding and pouring pots for ornamental plants bonsai of a Farmers Association member Vũ Văn Minh residing in Suối Ông Đình Hamlet, Javong Commune, TayNinh District. In 2021, with his passion and artistic talent, he implemented the model of molding and pouring pots for ornamental plants bonsai. No sooner said than done, Mr. Minh began research and learned from experienced molding artisans and research on the media. Skillful, meticulous, and persistent, Mr. Minh has invented unique bonsai pot molds. Realizing that this is a model with potential for development, the Farmers Association of Javong Commune supported Mr. Minh to borrow capital from the Bank for Social Policies of TayNinh District with an amount of 100 million Vietnam dong. Thanks to the loan, Mr. Minh has expanded production and improved his income. To the capital, Mr. Minh has built a relatively large facility. The source of income for Mr. Minh's family is relatively high. Mr. Minh's bonsai pot and mold production workshop is located in Tân Phong Commune, TayNinh District. Before borrowing, he only needed one assistant worker. When he had more capital, he expanded the workshop to produce more mold and pot models, creating jobs for many local workers. I also thank the association very much for caring about the members of the Farmers Association. From the capital of the Farmers Association, I try to promote it to expand the workshop, thereby creating more jobs for members of the Farmers Association of the commune and locality. Up to now, not only supplying the domestic and foreign markets, Mr. Minh's bonsai mold and pot manufacturing workshop has also for foreign markets such as Australia, the US, Canada, France, and the UK, through sharing images of its products on the YouTube channel. With the effective mobilization of interested loans from the District Bank for Social Policies, farmers have become more confident in their thinking and ways of doing business to develop the economy, improve their material and spiritual life, and contribute to sustainable poverty reduction in the locality.
Dear audience, the domestic cashew reduction and export situation has eased after strong fluctuation in the rise of imported raw cashews in the early periods of the year. However, the end of the year is the period when businesses focus on developing the market and increasing capacity. Therefore, the cashew industry is making effort to find many solutions to ensure raw material sources for processing, stabilizing production, and exporting.
On average, each month, this enterprise exports over 1,000 tons of cashew nuts to many major markets such as Asia, Europe, and America, an increase of about 20% over the same period. Recognizing that the situation at the end of the year will still have many challenges, the enterprise continues to focus on product quality, complying with international standards, and taking advantage of market opportunities. The most important thing is to cooperate closely with suppliers to maintain a stable source of raw materials. We are still a major purchasing unit in Africa. The diversity of supply sources from countries helps us to have stable supply and price. Thanks to the advantage of raw materials, we always have a large and stable inventory to ensure production and export, and still ensure that in the last months of the year, we will export over 1,000 tons according to the set plan. Binford Cashew Enterprises are proactively producing to pay for previously signed orders with buyers with the system and countries. Enterprises are also trying to find new sources of raw materials or sign new contracts for the third and fourth quarters of 2024. In the immediate future, enterprises will manage to stabilize raw materials from many different sources of supply, from negotiating with large raw material regions such as Africa to being self-sufficient in raw materials domestically. The Vietnam Cashew Association, together with localities, is also actively supporting businesses to overcome difficulties, especially in terms of procedures to facilitate import and export activities. The biggest difficulty at present is the regulations on cashew nut imports related to temporary import and re-export, requiring strict procedures. The province will provide maximum support to businesses, coordinate with Vinacas to support businesses in carrying out procedures for better export. Despite facing significant challenges, in the first 7 months of the year, the cashew industry still earned to report $37 billion, an increase of 22% in value over the same period. From now until the end of the year, global consumer demand will continue to increase, which will boost the industry export to nearly $4 billion.
Cosmopolitan supermarket is currently trading in products such as goods, beverage, confectionery, household appliances, and clothing. With this large-scale operation, the reduction of VAT from 10% to 8% is highly advantageous for the business, helping to save costs, providing additional financial resources for stocking goods, balancing product prices, and attracting customers. Accordingly, the VAT reduction applied to goods and services currently subject to a 10% tax rate. Few that continue to not receive tax reduction include real estate, securities, banking services, telecommunication, information technology, chemical products, goods and services subject to special consumption tax. As a business trading in BursNet product, Ms. Lida Mailong was very pleased to hear about the VAT reduction from 10% to 8%. The reduction has really created favorable conditions for business operation. The policies of reducing value-added tax by 2% to support businesses and people apply to all organizations and individuals, regardless of the business size. The policies has dual effect, both helping to reduce the cost of goods and services, thereby increasing purchasing power, promoting business activity, and creating more jobs for workers. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.